Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Sunday afternoon and we are getting ready for our upcoming school week. So every Sunday afternoon, I will go to these binders, which has my son and daughter's curriculum in it for the whole year. So Sunlight does lesson plans for all of 36 weeks, and I will go ahead and grab one of the binders. This is my 14-year-old's. Then in this binder, I keep only the current week's lessons for each kid, which is so much easier to work from than those big binders. I've got tab dividers for each of their subjects with pocket folders where I keep the week's schedules, lesson plans, activity sheets, and answer keys. So I will take out the previous week's lessons. That's language arts, and then science. There is also a section for readers, but she is not finished with this particular book yet. So that's going to stay in here for another week. And then they get put back into the big main binder, back into week 13. And then I will pull out week 14. So I've given this upcoming week's assignments to my daughter, and she's scanning all of them inside the Good Notes app, which lets her work on the assignments from her iPad. These are stored in a file folder that she creates for the week and then shared with me. So with all of the activity sheets that she needs for the week scanned into her iPad, into Good Notes, she opens up a document in Pages, which is a schedule that she's made up herself, and she'll put in everything that she needs to do for the week. So she's got a section for Foundations in Faith, and then she'll just pull out the list of assignments that came with Foundations in Faith, and she enters those into each of the days for the week. And she leaves room for her algebra assignments as well. And sometimes she doesn't know throughout the week what assignment she's actually completing for math, because she uses MathUC, and it is a mastery style curriculum. So she will, once she's mastered the lesson, she can go on to the next one, and so she doesn't have to do all 5 lessons or all 5 worksheets in that lesson. If she masters the lesson, she can just go on to the next one. And then there's room for language arts on her schedule. And she copies the schedule that Sunlight provides. There's room for spelling and the readers, all of the writing assignments. That's the creative expression part of the schedule. And the spelling is blank because we can add in our own spelling program. So there's just space for it if we feel like we need to add spelling to the curriculum. I usually leave that space for her foundations in faith because we've done a variety of spelling programs, and I don't feel like she needs another one this year. She's in 8th grade. So we just leave that part for her Bible, which is Foundations in Faith, that section of the schedule. Then she'll look at her church history schedule. She's doing that through generations. And they provide a suggested course schedule for the entire year. So she will go through this and also her book to see which pages she should be reading and how she wants to break it up herself during the course of a week, because they do suggest a couple of flex days in here and some other assignments that I've said that she doesn't have to do, like the essay, and then there's a extra credit or extra type of activity for day 5. Sometimes there are flex days, and she likes to get her work done in 3 or 4 days, not spread it out over a week.
I usually do 3 days.
Usually do 3 days?
Yeah, if possible, unless there's a unit test, which then I put down Thursday.
Mm-hmm. And now she's entering all of the assignments for science, and she's taking health and human anatomy this year through sunlight. When she's done entering in all of the assignments for the week into her schedule, then she goes to Good Notes, where she has all of the other sheets for that week. And how do you put your schedule into Good Notes?
So you just tap the image button since it's already a photo. I screenshotted it from Pages.
Mm-hmm.
So you put the picture on here, and then you just size it to however you want. I just make it as big as possible.
Nice. And then you can highlight your assignments as you go, right? Like, so for today, for tomorrow's assignments this afternoon, you'll highlight the ones for Monday, right?
Yeah.
With your handy dandy highlighter. Not quite like that.
Like a 2-year-old. Whee! There.
Yep, and then you can also use another color to check off assignments as you complete them.
Yes.
That's so satisfying.
It's so sloppy.
It's just to show what it would look like.
Whee!
And so here are all of the assignments for the week along with her schedule. She has her language arts activity sheets, the science sheets, and just like she could write on her schedule with the Apple Pencil in different colors, she just writes right on her iPad with the Apple Pencil, and she fills in the answers for the different activities or different activity sheets she has. Why do you like having it all digitized instead of paper?
Since the paper is like this tall, you just have it all on your iPad.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy.
Yeah, it is more convenient that way.
Also, you save on pencils.
True. Yeah, as you guys saw, those binders from Sunlight are huge. So it's great that we have the option of just making all of that paper digital. We don't have, that stack of paper that we have to pass back and forth, or my kids don't have to give me a sheet of paper, that they filled out for each assignment. Those assignments in Good Notes just get shared back and forth. They are shared in almost real time. So I can see what they're writing at the exact moment that they're writing it. and I can give them feedback in real time. So it's been a great app for us. Now it's time to grab the curriculum that my son needs for the week. So I'll grab his binder, and I will pull out week 13, which is the previous week's curriculum and rubrics and sheets. And that was language arts, and this is history, and then physics, and then those get put back into the big binder. And then just like I did for my daughter, I take out all of the sheets that he needs along with the schedules for week 14, the week coming up. And he has his own student guide that he works from. So he has basically the same sheets that I have, only without the answers on them. And that's all in this binder here. So this is the binder that he works from. So I just put these sheets into each section of the smaller instructor's guide. And so this goes into the world literature section, and then world history, and finally physics. Okay, can you tell me about how you upload everything to GoodNotes?
So I just took a picture of it using their scan feature, which will auto crop the edges off and just leave the page. So now I have it, and then all I do is I can copy the text from the page and paste it as the title, and then I'm good to go. Module 5, 6.
Yeah, I don't think you want to redo module 5.
Nope. Never going back.
Now I start going through the lesson plans for the week, filling in spaces on the schedule for subjects like Bible and math, and then highlighting the assignments that are due the next day. I'll also read through my kids' assignments so I have an idea of what to expect, what they're going to be working on, and if there are any items we need to get for a science experiment. So that's how we plan for our upcoming school weeks each Sunday. Thanks so much for coming along today. Don't forget to subscribe for more homeschooling tips and ideas, and I'll see you in the next one.